Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. This video is a very spur of the moment video. It kind of wasn't planned, but like many other people, I have been absolutely addicted to playing classic hardcore WoW. This has probably been one of the best experiences I've played since maybe the relaunch of Vanilla Classic a few years ago. But yeah, it got me wanting to do a top 5 underrated tips for players wanting to get into classic hardcore, or if you're already in classic hardcore playing, maybe these tips will be beneficial to you. But just take these with a grain of salt. They're not that important. They're just little minor tips that will help you make things a bit smoother for you while you're leveling. So yeah, anyway, let's just get right into it. 5. So number 5 is don't play a class that has a pet, which is kind of contradicting what you're seeing on the screen right now because I'm playing a Warlock. I'm playing a Warlock because it's the class I'm most familiar with in Classic WoW. I played it on the relaunch of Vanilla in 2019, and I've played it in Classic WoW a bit as well. But let me tell you why not to play a class with a pet. While it's very handy having a pet, these classes are the ones that you might get killed the most in. You become very, very complacent. You get a bit, not lazy, but you just assume that you're going to kill everything. But it's not the case. If you look at your death log, just tell me right now, comment below, how many of those deaths are Hunters and Warlocks? It's just, I would say Hunters way more than Warlocks anyway. It just seems that most Hunters, maybe not most, but a lot of people who do play Hunter, they get in this mode of like, oh yeah, my pet. And then they get complacent because, they think their pet is going to be doing everything for them and they just need to keep their distance. They get cocky and then they die. This is a very, very common thing in classic hardcore. Just keep an eye on your death log and just see how many Hunters and some Warlocks are dying. In my opinion, if you want to play a class with a pet, go Warlock because sacrifice is the way. It will save you. But yes, just be wary of playing class with pets because you might get complacent if you're kind of new to this anyway. So yeah, anyway, number 5, classes with pets. Be careful. 4. So number 4. Number 4 is going to be picking up skinning for your early levels. In classic hardcore, it can be quite difficult to actually make proper money. You're not allowed to utilize the auction house, so you can't sell any of those awesome greens that you're picking up to other players. You can't trade with other players. So it does get a bit, iffy on making money. So the best way to do this is skinning. Everything, I'm not gonna say everything, but a lot of things you're gonna kill in your first 20 or so levels are gonna be boars and, things that need to be skinned. So it really helps to skin those and sell the leather to the vendor. I think a stack of 20 light leather is 20 silver. And I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but it adds up. And I think by level 18, I was almost at 5 gold, which is, I spent a bit of it now, but yeah, I was getting quite a good handful of gold, not doing the seasonal holiday quest. I was just focusing on my own things. And yeah, I made a pretty decent amount of gold just selling skins. So pick up skinning. You might not want to stick with it, but it is a good way to make money, especially if you struggle making money to get that mount at level 40. So yes, pick up skinning. That's number 4. It will help you make some money in the early levels. 3. And number 3 is a quest that is a must-do. Obviously, in classic hardcore WoW, you can't trade, you can't buy anything off the auction house. You can buy stuff from vendors, but it's not really recommended. You want to save your money. And bag space is essential. What players are going to want to do is head to Westfall. I usually try to head to Westfall around 13, 14, 15 because those shredders will get you, those pillagers will get you. So I like to go a bit higher level into Westfall. But what I suggest doing is going to the Murloc area and farm out a drop quest. This quest is called Captain Sanders' Hidden Treasure. It's a very easy quest. It's even easier when the servers are absolutely busy. You just walk up, loot the treasure, complete the quest, and that's it. There's, I think, 3 different points you have to go to, but each point will reward you with a decent amount of experience and some reward. But the last reward you're going to get is an 8-slot bag. I can't tell. massive, but I can't tell you how beneficial it is to have an 8-slot bag, while you're questing in low level areas. You'll get, more bags as you get higher, but for a level, I think it's like a level 12 or 13 quest. So for such a low level quest to give such a high slot bag to you, it is essential that you do this. So I recommend anyone around between level 12 and 20, I guess. Just go to Westfall, farm some Murlocs, pick up this quest and complete it and get your 8-slot bag. This will help you massively. So number 2 is making sure you get the right add-ons. I'm not a huge proponent of using loads and loads of add-ons. I like to play the game as raw as I can, but there are a few I like to use. Questy is a big one, so anything that helps you with questing, because in hardcore classic, if you're not playing like a ranged class, you probably want to do a lot of green quests. So Questy allows you to see every quest in the open world, what level they are. So it will make it a lot easier to decide where you need to go. You'll be bouncing around 3 or 4 different zones at the same time. So getting a quest helper is essential. Having a bag add-on is good as well. I don't really like opening my bags and seeing like 5 different boxes open, having to sift through all those. Just having like an add-on like Bagnon is a huge help. It condenses everything into one large bag. After that, you can get other add-ons if you feel like those help you. Raid frames, bartender, stuff like that. But for me, having a quest add-on and having a bag add-on is very, very helpful. Number one, we're back on professions again, but this might be the most important profession for you to level: cooking. I used to hate leveling cooking, but I actually realized how easy it is to level, and it is so beneficial to you because, the whole thing about classic hardcore is not dying, staying alive, right? And any health buffs that you can get are huge. So as soon as you can, pick up your cooking profession. Every zone you go to, make sure you complete the cooking quest in that zone. You will get a recipe for completing that quest and a handful of items to eat that will buff you. So do your cooking stuff, because that +2, +4, +6 stamina buffs, they will come in handy at the right time. Trust me. So yeah, number 1, level your cooking. It is incredibly important. All right, so those were just 5 quick tips that might help you get started in classic hardcore WoW. You can follow these tips. You don't have to. Like I said, take them with a grain of salt. They might not help you too much, except for that bag one and the cooking one. Those might help you a lot. But yeah, those are just 5 easy, quick, underrated tips for classic hardcore WoW. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it helps you out. And yeah, if not, I hope you enjoy some of my other videos. I got loads of like underrated top 10, and I've got a big top 10 or underrated top 10 video coming soon, and it's very related to hardcore classic WoW. It's going to be top 10 underrated caves, and I know how much you hardcore players love caves. So yes, keep an eye out for that one, all right? I'll see you all on the next one. Later.